Hello, this is your assessment workout. So make sure you have a paper and a pencil by you so you can count how many reps when we get to that count. We are starting to warm up with stabilizer muscles. Stabilizers are our deep abdominal muscles and the deep muscles of our body. So we're going to start with an exercise I call Hello Transverse Abdominis. So just waking it up, we're starting with hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and you want your spine nice and long. So think of energy from the crown of your head through your tailbone. You're just going to take a nice inhale, and then you're going to exhale. And keep exhaling, 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 exhaling. Good. Continue with that breath. So on your exhale, you stay kneeling while I'm talking to you. So on your exhale, you should feel a tightening or a corset sensation through your waistline. Most people feel it kind of in between our hips, but that is your transverse abdominis. So as you're doing this breath pattern, imagine this muscle. It goes from pubic bone to your rib cage, wraps all the way around the waistline. And what it literally does is it gives you a waistline, right? It gives us a flat stomach, gives us our waistline, but most importantly, it supports our lumbar spine. It connects to our low back, and that's what's supporting our low back. So it's preventing back pain when this is on. Good. A couple more breaths. So the deeper you exhale, the deeper you'll feel that contraction. Good. On your next exhale, hold that transverse abdominis. You're going to reach one leg long, opposite arm long, thumb pointing up, and reach both out. Good. Take a couple of those same deep breath pattern, inhaling through your nose. Huge exhale. Feel your stomach engage. Your glute is engaged to hold that leg up. Leg has energy through it all the way through the fingertips. Good. And replace the other side. So reach long, still on the mat, engage from the stomach, and then lift using your glute. Good. Take some deep breaths here. Big inhales, exhale, 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 firing into that transverse abdominis. Good. And then we're going to repeat. This time we're going to add little pulses with our leg. So you reach, squeeze from your glute up, hold it there, pull in with the stomach, soften the rib cage towards the spine. If you need some help with your balance, you could bring your arm back down. Otherwise, keep it up. You're just going to tap and squeeze and lift. Now that motion is coming from the glute. So no pressure in your low back. Once your low back fires, you know your transverse abdominis is off. So you want to really feel the rib and hips connect through the front, and there should be no change in your spine. If you feel it in your back, make the range of motion smaller with the leg. We have 3, so you should feel glutes and hamstrings working here. 2, hold it up there, little pulses to finish for 8 and 7, 6. See if you could find that transverse abdominis again. 2, and replace it. Nice. Other side. So reach long for setup and then lift. So we're tapping and lifting, working right from the glute and the hamstring. As the leg lifts, really engage with the front side of your abdominals. 3 more. Actively pushing down into the mat with your hand to stay stable. Hold it up there. Remember, if you need help with balance, you could always bring this arm down. Little pulses up for 8 and 7, 6, pulling that belly button to the spine even more, and 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work, you guys. From here, we're going right into our workout. So you are going to we're going to go do it circuit style, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And this is where you are going to do some assessments. So our first circuit is wall sits and then burpees. So the burpees you're going to count. So you're going to find a wall and you are going to sit on it. Here we go. So you're sitting thighs parallel to the ground, and we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sit nice and low. Now, as your wall is against your back, think of that same neutral spine. So your hips are heavy on that. You have a little space between your low back and the wall, and then the shoulder blades are nice and flat. Sit nice and low. Release through the glutes, and think of the back of your head also against that wall. So we're practicing that perfect posture. We're halfway. See if you could drop just another inch. So you should feel burn in your quads. If you have any pressure in your knees, you could come up a little or move your feet further out. We have 10 seconds. We're going to go into burpees next. Remember, you are counting these. Okay? I'm going to give you lots of options. Good. Come up. You have 20 seconds. While you're breaking, I'm going to give you options. Option 1 is to do it on a bench, a chair, a couch, walk, up. Okay? You could hop this option, or you could do either one of those options on the ground. You need to stay consistent. Whatever option you choose, you are married to it for this next 40 seconds. And you're counting, here you go. So whatever option you want, you could add that push-up or a full chest drop. If you are using the step out option, if you're stepping here, try to switch legs every time so you're not lopsided. Keep going. Make sure you're still counting in your head. We have 14 seconds. Pick it up just a little more. Last 5 seconds, you guys. Perfect. We're going right back to that wall sit. So slow down your respiration here. Big inhales, big exhales. You have 5 seconds to set yourself up, sitting a little lower. Good. Here we're also going to add another layer. We're going to lift our heels and lower. Again, make sure you're working somewhere where you're feeling work in your quads, but no pressure in your knees. Yes, nice and smooth. See if you can make that smooth. Halfway, we're going to start alternating. Little treading. Sit 1 inch lower if you can. We're going back into our burpees. This set you don't need to count. So if you need a switch, which option you use throughout the 40 seconds, feel free to switch it up. Good, 20 seconds. During these rests, the power of intervals is the heart rate going up, heart rate going down, heart rate going up. So during these 20 seconds, you do want to try to slow down your breath, slow down your heart rate to get the maximum benefit. 5 more seconds. You choose your options. Remember, you could always do it on a bench or a chair, using that step and a calf raise, setting yourself up, alternating. You could add a little push-up, right? You decide where you're at. Or you could do full burpees on the ground. You're halfway there. Breathing into it. These last 10 seconds, you're going to just pick up the pace just a smidgen. 5 more seconds. Try to get 2 more in. Deep breaths. Good. We're going on to our second set. It is going to be plank and air squats. So plank, again, we have options. Air squats will be our assessment. So plank, you could be on that bench or the chair, on your hands, or on your elbows. You could also be on the mat, elbows or feet. You're up. Any pressure in the low back, you drop to your knees wherever you're at with your hands. That same transverse abdominis, that compression you felt in your stomach during that warm-up, that's what you want to feel here. No low back. Breathing into it, feeling the tightening through the stomach. Remember, once that transverse gets fatigued, lots of times our back will tend to take over. So if that happens, you drop to your knees, re-engage with that front side of your core. We have 5 seconds. Eye gaze is slightly forward, so the back of your neck is long. Good. Come up. Going into air squats. This is our assessment, so this is a counter. You are going to find something to sit on that is you can maintain. So you're going to tap and lift so you know how deep you're going to go. Because since this is assessment, we want it consistent. Because in 4 weeks, we're going to do this again. So count in your head how many you're doing. So it's just a tap, drive through. As fast as you can. Always making sure you tap that object you chose. Remember, a squat is a crease at the hips, number 1. So instead of just thinking of bending your knees, think of sticking your bum out and really creasing the hips and drive the hips through. So you squeeze at the top every time, even though you're trying to go fast. Halfway. Pick up that pace a little. Nice and quick. Knees open over toes. You might even need to think of veering your knees towards your pinky toes. Oops, I'm losing it. Here we go. Pick it up, pick it up. Yes. Nice job. Make sure you write down that amount. Okay, we're going to go right back into our plank. You know your option. If you need to switch between options, though, you always switch. Listening to your body. This time, if you're on your toes, I'm going to give you an option to do a saw. And saw just means we're moving forward and back. So you could be hands or elbows, or you could be up on a chair or bench, right, with your hands or elbows. Kneeling is always an option and a really great one to get that transverse abdominis engaged. See if you can really deepen your breath like we did in our warm-up. So take those long exhales. Check in with your eyes, looking slightly forward of your mat. Last 10. Then we go back into those air squats. So this time you could choose to still use that chair or bench as a benchmark, or you could just do it in the air. I'm also going to give you the option to add a squat jump to it. Told them put a band around your feet. Find that option that works for you. No load in your low back though as you do these. Nice deep breaths. Moving through it. Trying to roll through every vertebrae. Where this one is an assessment, maybe you slow it down a little and really try to articulate through your spine. Good. 10 more seconds. Scooping it out. And then we have our last 40 seconds. And then we're done unless you want to do it again. Then of course you could just start the video again. So 20 seconds. Speed skaters is our last set. Okay, so take a breath. See what you can add. Think. Can you add jumping? Can you add more range of motion? Can you go lower? Starting in 5 seconds, couple more deep breaths before you get that heart rate as high as you can. Here you go. And switch. Giving a little more than you did the first time. Then check in. Even here you want that transverse abdominis to engage. So feel the stomach. That's it. Halfway, pick it up a notch, pick it up a notch. Nice deep breath. Go, 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 all the way to the end. Ooh. So good. Slow down your heart rate. Big inhales, big exhales. Breathing into it. So in intervals, which was what we did today, you want that heart rate to shoot up, and then you want to be able to drop it. Okay? That puts us in our optimal fat burning zone. If you need a wall or chair for balance, grab one. We're going to stretch out our quads. So grab onto one foot, pull your knee in together, drive your hip forward, lift up through your stomach, and then actively push down into your hand. Deep breath, so you should feel a stretch along the front of your quad. If grabbing onto your foot is not available, you could go here and then tilt your pelvis forward, and you'll still feel that stretch along the front side. Good, couple more deep breaths. And switch. So you're either gonna grab on or step, drive the pelvis forward, lift through the lower abdominals, roll the shoulders back and slow down your breath pattern. So good today. One more big inhale up. Exhale, you're gonna roll forward. Knees could be as bent as they need to. Shake it out a little. And then slowly tuck your tailbone under, and roll all the way up. Woo! Great job, you guys. So good. Make sure you hydrate a lot today. Make a great day.